Hello, internet peoples of the internet. My name is Tortoise, and welcome to another present series on Pocket Pixels. If you guys don't remember this series, I did it a while back, and it was probably one of my favorite series to do because it was like the first time I really got to engage with my community. And I completely forgot what I was gonna say for my intro. I had a lot of things to say, guys. It was all lined up, and I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna record this. We're gonna nail it. And then as soon as I stop, just start recording, just completely blank. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna edit this, guys. Hold on. Anyways, we are playing some prisons, and if you guys haven't watched my other prisons videos, that is completely okay, even though my feelings are hurt just a little bit. But what I really like about this game mode is that it's just a very simple one, so I can really just focus on talking to you guys. And so what I'll do on my previous series is I'll ask a question every episode, and I'll ask you guys, let's say, like, what's your favorite movie? And then I'll have you guys comment down below what your favorite movie is, why you like that movie, maybe your favorite scene from that movie, right? And then I'll feature maybe like 4 to 6 of those comments in my next episode. But since this is the first one, I can't really do that, so we're gonna be doing that for the next episode, guys. I'm gonna ask you a question at the end of the episode, and then I want you guys to leave a comment below, and just a very sincere, nice comment, right? I don't want you guys just to answer the question. I want you to tell me why you feel the way you feel, right? That way we could really engage in some hard-hitting, honest conversations. It's gonna be great, guys. Yeah! But yeah, for this episode, we don't really have a topic, so it's just gonna be mainly me talking to myself. And I won't be featuring any comments this episode, but that's gonna be next one. So that's completely okay. But let me find out where to get my stuff first. I am completely blind. I was looking around at the chest like, okay, I need to get all my starting equipment. But look at this. I'm already good. I already got my starting equipment. That is nice. Because usually you have to do a command or something, but it's nice just to have it on me. And then to find the A mine, we should probably start mining while I just babble on. But yeah, today's topic, I want to talk about roller coasters. And not just roller coasters, just theme parks in general. Because that new roller coaster tycoon type game came out, called like Coaster World or something. It's something like that. I'll do a screenshot or I'll link it on the screen or something. But basically, it's just kind of like roller coaster. It's kind of like roller coaster tycoon, where you just kind of build and manage your own theme park, right? And it just really got me thinking about how I got into theme parks and just roller coasters in general. Because when I was younger, okay, we're good. But yeah, I was talking about theme parks, and I don't know how big theme parks were like in the rest of the world, because I've mainly just lived in America my whole life, and just theme parks are pretty big here, especially where I lived in like Southern California. We have like 3 different theme parks there. We got Universal Studios, we got Disneyland, we got Six Flags, Knott's Berry Farm, a lot of just amazing theme parks. So when it comes to theme parks, I've been pretty spoiled with just amazing rides and coasters, but for the longest time when I was younger, I was terrified of them. And I just, for the longest time, just never got over my fear, and I just, stay scared, and I really regret that. It's just not trying the big coasters sooner, because now I love them. Like, I love big coasters. I love just being super scared and almost soiling my pants. It's amazing. But before, like, I wouldn't even touch them. I'd maybe go on the small rides, maybe the teacups, because even those made me nauseous, right? And I just really avoided it, and I just kind of played the games and never really got the full theme park experience. Until one day, I remember when I was real young, there was this coaster in Knott's Berry Farm called the Ghost Rider, and it's a really, really old wooden coaster, right? I think it was maybe one of their first ones, and it's got like a big drop in it, and like right when you walk into the theme park, you walk under it, and like the coaster comes, and then the whole thing rattles, and you're not sure if it's gonna break or not, because this thing looks really sketchy. Like, you can see the nails in the wood coming out of it. So it does not look safe. It looks like each ride might be its last. So this coaster is not only scary because you're really high in the air and it drops you really fast, but you're just scared because you're not sure if it's gonna hold, right? That's how sketchy it looks. Now, anyways, this is the coaster my father tried to get me on, and he eventually somehow convinced me just to get in line, which I have to tell you guys, waiting in line for a scary ride is the scariest part, right? It's the anticipation. You're just thinking about it. I just love looking at people's faces when you're waiting in line, because you could tell who the really scared people are, because, you know, they're just sitting there kind of just shuffling their feet, looking at the ground, not really making eye contact with anything, right? That's how you could tell they're terrified. And I know this because that's me 90% of the time. But that's the worst part about a ride. And then you get on it, right, and it starts going up, and it's just so terrifying. But yeah, that's the part where I was really freaking out because my dad, he got me to go online, and they have like 2 exits that you can like you could just leave during the line if you chicken out. And that's what my dad told me. He told me, "Son, you see that right there?" I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, that's the chicken line." I was like, "What?" Because I was looking at it. I was like, "Okay, well, I could leave. I still have 2 more chances. You know, if I get too scared, I could maybe, you know, just like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. Oh, I'm not feeling well. I could totally make a break for it." But as soon as he said that, I'm like, "Well, I'm no chicken. I could do this. Why did I walk over here while telling my story? I need to be minding, and I'm just like walking over here, just doing nothing. I don't know what that is. I like to pace while I'm talking, guys. That's why I love playing Prisons while I just rant, because it's the perfect ranting game to play while you do it. Yes. Words. Oh, it's daytime. Looks nice over there. What are those guys doing? They're having some kind of party. We've got Sasuke, Uchiha, and Spider-Man hanging out. What are they doing? Oh, look, they're turning in their blocks. All right, you guys doing great. Say hi to YouTube. Oh, Spider-Man's gone. He went off to save New York or something. All right, we're going to drop all this. You can have some of these. You can have my cobblestone. I worked really hard to mine that. And then we hit here to sell. Boom! And I think the progress bar is going to take a little while for it to pop up, but we got $3,000. 6%. Okay, we still got whiles to go. But wouldn't that be nice, guys, if that was just like real money? Like, you could just come onto a Minecraft server and just mine for a few minutes and just get $3,000. Oh my god, that'd be so sweet. I'd use that money to go fly to a theme park, because there are... Wait, yeah, where did I leave off on my story? I got distracted again. See, this is why I'm just a horrible storyteller, because I just totally get sidetracked, and just my entire thought process just gets completely derailed. It's really bad. But yeah, let's talk about the theme park. I was waiting in line for Ghost Rider. Yes, me and my dad, we're waiting in line. He's like, "That's the chicken exit, son." Well, I'm no chicken, right? And I told myself, you know what, this time I'm going to ride it out. It's going to be horrible, and he's going to feel really bad. He's never going to make me go on this again. And we got to the front of the line, and then the cart pulls up. The seats open, and it's just the empty seat. I just remember that. I just remember the empty seat just staring at me. Just like, "Come on. What are you waiting for, tortoise? Come sit down. Enjoy the ride." I was like, "No, I don't want to." And every inch of my body, every muscle that I had, just did not want to move towards that seat. But I did it anyways. I sat down. The clamps came down, and the ride started moving. It was too late. At that point, I actually kind of settled down a little bit, because once you start going, there's no going back, right? There's no anticipation. There's like, oh, maybe I can still leave or something. You're just like, okay, let's do this thing. And let me tell you guys, it was really bad. Like, it was so terrifying and bumpy. It's the bumpiest ride I've ever like rode in my life. And let me just say, like, it's the only roller coaster I've ever ridden that physically hurts you, because it rattles you around so much, especially if you're a male, if you get my drift, because of how the seat kind of comes up between your legs. And while you're like riding down it, you're literally bouncing up and down. Like, the ride feels like the entire track feels like it's going to collapse underneath you. That's why it's so scary. Not because you're super high up, because you think you're literally going to die. And it scarred me from roller coasters for a really long time. And I was more scared of roller coasters, like, after that point, because I thought that was going to be the point where, like, I finally man up and, like, I'll get over my fear. But no, it made it so much more worse, just because of the ride we chose. Like, if we could have chose any other roller coaster, and I probably would have been fine, but we just chose the most rickety, unsafe looking, sketchiest coaster you could find. Like, don't use that as your first roller coaster experience. That's my tip. But it wasn't until like years and years later, until I was in high school, that my friends finally convinced me to go to Six Flags. And if you guys don't know what Six Flags is, it's basically just the coaster, like, not the coaster, the theme park that's made for, like, huge, scary roller coaster rides, right? So them convincing me to go to Six Flags, that was a big step for me, because at that point I was really tired of being too scared, and people are always going to theme parks and having fun, and it's just something I've always wanted to try, but I was just always been too scared to do. So finally I said, you know what? Yes, I'm going to do it. We're going to go to Six Flags, and I'm going to go on the coasters. And I remember just like looking at the website and looking at all the coasters they had. And I remember this one ride, which scared me the most, was called, I think, what was it called? I completely forget the name of it. The name was like infamous in my mind, but I posted a screenshot or something on the video right now. Right now. Yep, there it is. So that's the coaster. And basically what it does, when it starts off, it goes backwards, right? And you're kind of hanging from your seats. So what it does is it slowly like cranks you up backwards while you're like facing the ground. And it pulls you up like that the whole way. So you just see the ground just getting further and further and further away from you. And that's like the scariest part of the coasters for me, right? It's just like the build-up. And that build-up is so bad because at any moment it feels like you could just fall and just like fall on the concrete, like flat on your face. Because it's not like there's water or trees or something comfortable to land on below you. It's just literally concrete. So if it breaks, you're doomed. Your face is gone, right? And so that was the coaster I was most scared of. I'm like, all right, guys, this is the coaster I'm most scared of. Oh, but okay, it reset. Reset. Like, maybe we could build up to this one, maybe go on some small ones first, and then, you know, maybe I'll finally build up courage on that one. And they're like, no, bro, we're going on that one first. We're getting it over with. We're going through your fears. And I did not want to do that. But somehow, people convinced me to do things I don't want a lot. They convinced me to do it anyways. And I remember waiting in line for that was just so terrifying. Because once you get to the front, you know, like right where you get to where the roller coaster, like, departs and stuff, you could like feel it, like just the ground shake as it goes by you, and then you just hear everyone scream, just like ah, and it just slowly fades away as they scream for their lives, and you're just like, that's gonna be me next. And it was me next. I actually felt really lightheaded as we went down because I was just screaming so much and, you know, exerting a lot of air, but not intaking a lot, which is not good for the brain. And I actually had to sit down. I felt really nauseous afterwards, which is not good because I get nauseous a lot when I go to coasters. Or not. Why do I keep saying go to coasters? When I go to coaster parks? Theme parks. Right. When I go to theme parks. Because I don't eat enough, and then I don't get hungry because I get a little motion sickness. And it's really a bad time for me. That's the main reason why I really like to pace myself when I go on coasters and not just go on the same coaster over and over again. Because I don't know how people do that. They're insane. But yeah, anyways, I kind of derailed my entire conversation again. What was I talking about? But yeah, I got really sick afterwards, and we took a break. But oh my god, I felt so enlightened because even though, like, that time I was probably more scared than I was the first time when I went on the wooden coaster, I had a lot of fun. And just the, like, when I experienced that, when I, like, found out, like, that I could be that scared and still have that much fun, it was kind of a revelation for me, because after that I felt like I could do anything, right? After that I was excited to go on the other ones. I'm like, well, if they're not going to be as bad as that, let's do it, bro. I could do anything. And it was a real confidence booster, and I think that's the most important part when you go on big scary rides. It's just confidence. If you have the confidence, then it's not that bad, but you know, you got to have some fear because the fear is what brings the excitement. And I don't know, after that point I just went on every single ride after that, and I just had a blast, and I was terrified the whole time. But like ever since then, I've loved coasters, and I love going on new ones. And I want to go to all the other Six Flags because there's a lot of them. There might be 6. That might be why they call it Six Flags. I think they might have 6 of them. They probably have more now or something. But there's a bunch all over the world in the U.S., and I want to go to other countries and go on their rides and stuff. And I just remember from that point on of me just like facing my fear and getting over it. And now my life is just so much more fun and better because I could just go to those places and just have a really good time. And maybe I'm probably going to get sick and probably still avoid the teapots, but it's still really, really nice. Oh my, look at that, guys. Look how beautiful. The sun rays are a little bit overbearing. Like, I gotta tweak some settings here to turn that down a little bit. But oh my gosh, look at that. I can't even see anything. That guy looks epic though. Look at him, Porco. But yeah, so that's what I think about theme parks and roller coasters. And I want you guys to tell me in the comments below what your favorite theme park or roller coaster is and why. And explain it to me. Like, what kind of coaster is it? Is it like a teapot ride? It doesn't even have to be a roller coaster. It could just be something small, right? Like, it's a small world after all, even though that ride is the scariest ride of them all. It's scarier than any roller coaster that ever exists. But yeah, tell me guys what your favorite rides are, why you like it, and I'll pick out 4 to 6 comments, probably around there. That's usually what I go with to display in my next episode. But I also need to change the topic, so I don't want to talk about roller coasters again for the next one. So we'll do that, and then I'll also ask a question, which I did not prepare. I probably should have prepared another question, but we'll do two questions for the next episode, just because it's the first one, and I do want to have something. Oh, okay, I got it. I thought of one, guys. All right, so leave comments about that below, guys. You know, what your favorite theme park coaster is and why. Or you could tell me about a time you came over one of your biggest fears, because that was actually one of my biggest fears, was just heights and like big. I'm still terrified of heights. Like, I don't like going in tall buildings and skyscrapers, but I also do roller coasters because you're only super high up in the air for like a little bit, right? But yeah, leave me comments below on your favorite theme park ride, or just a time where you came over your biggest fear, because I want that to be the topic for next episode. But we'll also answer some more questions about the roller coaster thing, because I you know what, I'm just giving it away. Because you know what? I'm just feeling honest and nice right now. So we're going to do that. And we mine actually a lot of stuff here. Nice. All right, this should give us a lot of money. But, okay, I misclicked it. So right now we have 3K, and that gave us 17K. So that's a lot, actually. That's a big upgrade. Oh, come on, progress bar. We got to wait for it. Let's see how much we get. You can do it. Okay, the progress bar is not changing. It's still at 6%, but we're almost done with this mine, guys. 40%, yeah, there we go. Woo, almost halfway done. And for next episode, I'll probably just finish A, while not recording, and then the next episode will be at B, and then the next one will go at C, and we're just gonna be the best. We're gonna conquer this entire prison island, and just bond over our stories. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this first episode, and please remember to leave those comments. I love you all. And even though I'm not going to pick that many, I do read like 90% of them. Like, most of them I read. So, guys, please leave those comments below. I love you lots. And look at my pickaxe. It's like green and stuff. Ooh. That looks really cool. Outro.